Tupac Shakur was more than just a rapper. He was a cultural icon, an actor, and a voice for the generation. From his early days in the music industry to his tragic death in 1996, Tupac's life was marked by controversy, passion, and a fierce dedication to his craft. In this video, we'll be exploring the untold story of Tupac Shakur and delving into the legacy that he left behind. We'll be taking a closer look at his music, his controversies, his legal troubles, and his tragic death, and analyzing the impact that he had on the hip-hop culture and the music industry as a whole. Through it all, one thing remains clear. Tupac Shakur was a force to be reckoned with. His music and message continue to inspire and influence generations of fans, artists, and activists around the world. So join us as we explore the life and legacy of one of the greatest artists of all time, Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur was born in East Harlem, New York City in 1971, the son of activist and Black Panther member Afeni Shakur. Tupac's early childhood was marked by poverty, homelessness, and violence, as his family moved frequently and struggled to make ends meet. Despite these challenges, Tupac was a bright and creative child, and he quickly found an outlet in the arts. He began writing poetry and performing in local theater productions, and even attended the Baltimore School for the Arts for a time. But it was music that truly captured Tupac's heart. He was introduced to hip-hop by his stepfather and quickly fell in love with the genre. He began writing and performing his own music at a young age, and soon found himself caught up in the bustling rap scene of the 1980s. Tupac's early experiences in the music industry were a mix of highs and lows. He started out as a backup dancer and roadie for the rap group Digital Underground, and eventually made his way onto the mic, rapping on their hit song, Same Song. But Tupac's ambitions went far beyond being a mere hype man. He was determined to make a name for himself as a solo artist, and signed with Interscope Records in 1991. His debut album, Tupacalypse Now, was a critical and commercial success, and established him as a rising star in the world of hip-hop. Throughout his early years in the music industry, Tupac's lyrics and persona were marked by a fierce dedication to social justice and a deep empathy for the struggles of his community. His music spoke to the realities of life on the streets, and his performances were marked by a raw and unapologetic energy that captivated audiences around the world. Tupac Shakur's music career continued to soar in the early 90s, as he released a string of successful albums that showcased his raw talent and unique voice. His music spoke to the realities of life in the streets and dealt with themes of poverty, violence, and racial injustice. Tupac's lyrics and performances were often controversial, and he quickly became embroiled in public feuds with other rappers, including the Notorious B.I.G. and his own former friend and collaborator, Dr. Dre. These feuds were marked by a mix of personal animosity and larger cultural tensions, as Tupac's music came to represent a voice for the marginalized and dispossessed. Despite these controversies, Tupac's music continued to resonate with audiences around the world, and he quickly became one of the most influential rappers of his generation. His music was marked by a unique blend of social commentary and personal storytelling, and his performances were often marked by a raw and unapologetic energy that captivated fans and critics alike. But Tupac's legacy was not limited to the world of music. He was also a vocal and passionate advocate for social justice, and his lyrics and persona were often seen as a reflection of the larger cultural and political struggles of the time. He spoke out against police brutality, poverty, and racism, and his music was seen as a rallying cry for those who had been left behind by the system. Tupac Shakur's rise to fame was not without its setbacks. Throughout his career, he was plagued by legal troubles and run-ins with the law, which often threatened to overshadow his music and public persona. In 1992, Tupac was arrested for the first time after he was involved in a scuffle with a pair of off-duty police officers in Atlanta. He was later acquitted of the charges, but the incident marked the beginning of a long and tumultuous legal battle that would follow him for the rest of his life. Over the years, Tupac was arrested multiple times for a variety of charges, including assault, weapons possession, and sexual assault. These legal troubles took a toll on his public image, and he was often portrayed in the media as a controversial and divisive figure. But perhaps the most significant legal trouble that Tupac faced came in 1994, when he was sentenced to prison on charges of sexual assault. He spent 9 months behind bars, and the experience had a profound impact on his music and public image. During his time in prison, Tupac continued to write and record music, and he released his critically acclaimed album, Me Against the World, just weeks before his release. The album was a commercial and critical success, and showcased Tupac's ability to transcend his legal troubles and create music that spoke to the struggles of his community. On September 7, 1996, Tupac Shakur was shot multiple times in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. He was rushed to a nearby hospital where he underwent surgery and was placed on life support. 6 days later, on September 13, he was pronounced dead at the age of 25. Tupac's death sent shockwaves through the music industry and his fans around the world. He had become an icon of hip-hop culture, and his music and public persona had resonated with audiences of all ages and backgrounds. In the years since his death, Tupac's legacy has only grown, as his music has continued to inspire new generations of artists and fans. But his untimely death has also sparked a number of conspiracy theories and debates, as many people continue to question the circumstances surrounding his shooting and the events that led up to it. Some have suggested that Tupac's death was the result of a larger conspiracy involving the music industry, the government, and other powerful interests. Others have pointed to the ongoing violence and turmoil in the world of hip-hop and suggested that Tupac's death was simply a tragic and senseless act of violence. Regardless of the specifics of Tupac's death, however, there is no denying the impact that he had on the music industry and the wider culture. His music continues to inspire and resonate with audiences around the world, and his legacy has become an indelible part of the larger cultural and political struggles of our time. In the years since his untimely death, Tupac Shakur has become a larger-than-life cultural icon, a symbol of creativity, passion, and social justice. His music, message, and persona have continued to resonate with fans and artists around the world, and his legacy has become an enduring part of the larger cultural landscape. Tupac's music, which blended elements of hip-hop, R&B, and rock, was often raw, honest, and intensely personal. He tackled a wide range of topics in his lyrics, from poverty and racism to love and heartbreak, and his ability to combine social commentary with emotional vulnerability has been a major influence on the music industry and beyond. But it wasn't just Tupac's music that made him such a cultural force. His public persona, which was both charismatic and controversial, helped to make him an icon in his own right. He was a larger-than-life figure, one who wasn't afraid to speak his mind and take risks, and his ability to connect with audiences of all backgrounds and ages has been a major part of his enduring legacy. Today, Tupac's music and message continue to resonate with fans, artists, and activists around the world. His impact on the music industry has been immeasurable, with countless artists citing him as a major influence on their own work. But his legacy extends far beyond the world of music and has become an important touchstone for social justice, political activism, and cultural empowerment. From murals and statues to documentaries and biopics, there have been countless tributes and homages to Tupac over the years. And as new generations of artists and fans continue to discover his music and message, it's clear that his legacy will continue to endure for years to come. In this video, we've explored the life and legacy of Tupac Shakur, one of the most iconic and influential figures in the history of hip-hop and popular culture. From his early days in Harlem to his rise to fame as a rapper and actor, from his legal troubles and prison sentence to his untimely death in Las Vegas, we've delved deep into the many facets of Tupac's complex and compelling story. We've examined the controversies and challenges that surrounded Tupac's music and the impact that he had on the larger cultural landscape. We've analyzed the significance of his social commentary and the ways in which he used his platform to address issues of race, poverty, and injustice. And we've explored the enduring legacy of Tupac's music and message, which continue to inspire and empower fans and artists around the world. Throughout it all, we've discovered many fascinating and surprising revelations about Tupac's life and career, from his early musical influences to his connections to the Black Panther Party. And we've gained a deeper understanding of the cultural, political, and social context in which Tupac lived and worked, and the challenges and opportunities that he faced along the way. As we wrap up this video, we encourage you to leave your comments and feedback on what you've learned about Tupac's life and legacy. And we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more true celebrity stories as we continue to explore the fascinating lives and legacies of some of the most compelling figures in the world of entertainment and culture. Thank you for watching.